We are. Good evening, ladies and gents. Sorry about that, folks. We're a bit delayed there. We actually thought we were live. But welcome back. This is the one and only MRC show that never ends. And here, Tier 1 action live and underway for qualifying round 10 of Season 14. Championship already maybe sewn up by the Italian stallion. But there are many different connotations that could happen behind him, so we will get into that during the course of qualifying and the break, I am sure. Before we get into commentating, into the qualifying, we have got the man alongside me, Mr. Baby Hornet himself. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Good. I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself? How was that race? Good podium. Congratulations.
That was a sweaty race. Had a spectacular first stint, fighting a Tier 3 who is very clearly a Tier 1, and then spent my entire second stint watching singles track his delta get smaller and then bigger and then smaller and then bigger, and it was just very stressful, but very happy. How was your race?
Difficult. Qualified where I sort of expected, but down in about 8th I think I was, and then I couldn't work out for the life of me why in the opening 4 or 5 laps everybody was just driving past me. I thought I was on the hard tyres. I thought that I know they're slower, but they're not that slow. And then I just happened to realise that my ERS had been knocked to 0. So I had absolutely 0 battery for the first 5 laps. And by then I think it was a little bit too late. I managed to battle my way back through them all. I would think I was 12th, 13th at one point. And just had nothing.
My gosh.
And then I had to battle back. I think 6th I finished in the end. So, I mean, relieved, I think. Yes, my podium streak has finished. But, I'm quite relieved, I think, to get the points that we did in the end after the way it went.
That's a good fight back, to be fair.
Yeah, it was hard work. Most definitely. I had a good few battles with Krusty T, with Woomax. Colin as well in there, and it was really good fun. Actually, it was hard work, but yeah, it was really good fun. And Airways as well. At one point, Monster was in there, so yeah, really good fun battles. And it was I had to be patient and trust that the hard tyres and would keep the pace, which eventually they did. So
yeah,
luckily the pressure was off.
They're a really nice tyre around here.
They are quite good. Yeah, they're not bad at all. And they don't seem to degrade as much as we know the tyres around here. Rita set really good opening lap time. Mamu Dev, we're going to have to come up with another name for him.
We've already come up with it. It's Cowboy.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, we've got the Cowboy.
Yes.
I like that.
Have you noticed that the top 3 are all in the 112.8s?
Yeah, already.
Oh, it is so tight already at the top.
Yeah, I might as well just go on board with it, Johnny, and just see what he does. Because I see an 11's coming. At some point.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, he might as well. He has the championship sewn up, but like I said, behind him, it's very, very tight behind. We've got Chris Bailey is 100 points behind. Wow. After he did miss a race, in fairness, but then we've got Saviour only 4 points behind him, and then 27 further back is Reese. As Fox has put a fantastic lap in actually as well.
I was going to say, stop the count. Wow. Fox to River 8 on pole.
Yeah, like that. He's been looking a lot quicker over the last 4 weeks or so. He's really got the grip between his teeth.
To be fair,
he's
that
8th.
Big gap, and all of a sudden, he's come back and he's refound his pace. That is a brilliant lap.
Yeah, he missed a couple of weeks, was only scored on 42 points, didn't have the best race.
11.9, there you go.
Wow. Well, we said it was going to be 11, didn't think it was going to be their first time out. Gee whiz, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But, Fox River, he's in 8th in the championship, but he's 9 points behind Micromash, and then there's a little gap towards Jules and Ant further ahead, but, 3 races left for these guys. That could easily really, really close very, very quickly if Fox does what he can do, especially in qualifying. We know, though, Ant is very good in the race, Jules as well, and Reese, they're very, very quick drivers. So, it's not going to be an easy one for him.
Absolutely.
Who have we got stepping in tonight? I know we've got Carl as usual. Bit is in there, but last second, Single Track stepped in. So, and Armour as well.
Some guy called Single Track, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he has in regards to the league or anything. I don't know.
No.
Not sure. Not 100%. But Ferraris could actually wrap up the constructors tonight. I'm not very good with points in constructors, but they've got a 54-point gap over the Kick Sauber team, which has got the Tier 2 drivers in this evening. But they've been scoring still decent points, and then we've got the Cash Apps behind that 40 points further drift, so they're going to be looking to close that one when we've got Calvin and Reese. Calvin, again, he's another one that's really come on strong this latter part of the season as well. They're only 14 points behind, so that's going to go, I think, could go down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be, I think, sort of, well, like you say, P2 and P3, the classic Bailey Saviour battle is unbelievably tight.
Yeah, it
and then
really
third
is.
down to about 8th, 9th is still anyone's game.
Yeah, that's it. Anything can really happen. Someone like Jules takes a really good points haul. Unfortunately, not racing tonight, so it's going to really hurt that championship, but really allow. You've got from 8th down to where am I looking? Well, actually, pretty much every 8th down. Really, there's less than 10 points separating each one of them. So again, a good points haul. Oop, dumbest, your brother's decided he's going to go grass cutting. We'll cut off that one.
Classic. Wait, I didn't say anything. What?
No, nothing. Not at all.
No.
Fabian's saying we've got all dry in both sessions as well. Interesting. We got a bit of rain towards the end, didn't we, in Tier 2 qualifying? I thought it was going to start raining, or the start of the race with a bit of rain, and then it just didn't happen.
My tactic told me it was going to be dry.
Yeah, I mean, it did, and then halfway through the session said it was going to rain at the start of the race for about 10 minutes or so, and then it was said right at the start, and then it turned out when it was beautifully dry.
Yeah, which I'm very, very glad about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, me having no ARS in the wet would have probably been beneficial, so it might not have hurt me as much.
Yeah, to be fair. Let's see how Dumbest Horner is doing on his lap. He is 2/10 up. Could jump him a couple of 3 places. Looked very tidy through the final sector, to be fair.
Bobo's in the YouTube watching us for the newest Tier 1 driver, and you will be. Sorry, drop it on you. To be fair, speaking of dropping something on someone, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with Mr. Soze, who's in the pits, and also Wee Willie Winky. They didn't know the championship was already done. They just dismissed my championship. So I haven't seen it back, but I have been reliably informed.
How big a news was it anyway?
How dare they? Well, to be fair, it was, I can't remember which race it was. It was Ant and I think it was Steve, actually. But Anton Neville, I think. Two of them were on comms, and they just went, oh, yeah, Mark's up there again. Oh, Mark's in, he finished second or third. Oh, he's done it again. I'm just thinking, really, guys? Come on.
At the end of the day, you were about 100 points ahead. Is anyone that surprised that you took the title?
Okay, moving on. Consistency. Apart from Monaco, I've had podium every race apart from now tonight. But apart from Monaco, it's just been a consistent season, and that's all I've done. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of those results have been a big surprise to get podiums, and some of them I have actually been very lucky to get podiums in those races, and it's just been one of those seasons that sort of worked quite well, really. And
it's like we were saying on MRCX comms on Friday, consistency is the biggest asset you can have in a league like this.
Absolutely, yeah, especially when you've got so many quality drivers who can win a race. And you never know going into a week who's going to win those races, other than Tier 1, where Joni was probably going to win it, other than Reese has won one, Saviour's won one as well. That's it. Yeah. Okay, moving on from Tier 1. Let's go to our tier, actually, because we've had, obviously myself, I've only won 3, but we've had Ryan won in Monaco. Then we had no, hang on, who won?
I won in Japan.
You won in Japan. Imola was won by Immortal. By a just he disappeared.
Yeah.
Vixen, when he was here, he did that race in Miami, and he definitely disappeared in that one. I had absolutely no chance there. Actually, I got lucky because I can't remember who it was spun in the last corner, the last lap. I think it was Armour, actually, and I got that place, which was very lucky.
Yeah, Armour was having a fantastic race and keeping with Vixen the whole way up until that mistake.
Exactly, yeah, and that's just allowed me to sneak those extra points. Then in China we had Alex, who won. Airways won the first race as well. So we've had quite a few different winners there. We had about 5 different winners through our championship, and that's the thing. We've got all those, and people are quite consistent with the second places, with the third places, with the 12-point finishes as well, and 10-point finishes, and that's again that consistency that really plays in, and you find, exactly, it really, really does. And for example, in Tier 1, I mean, I can't remember what you said earlier, so he was definitely getting jinxed by us tonight, but Chris Bailey currently in third. I mean, he unfortunately not won a race, and he missed a race, but he's still second in the championship because he's had consistently, he's pretty much third, a couple of seconds as well in there. And that's, again, that point it really jumps you up the standings.
It does. Honestly, without Ugoni, you've got Chris Bailey, you've got Saviour, you've got Reese. They'd all be easily fighting for a title at that point.
Yeah, same with Ant as well. Yeah, same with Ant.
Absolutely.
I think he would definitely be in there. So Bobo said, thank you for the compliment. And then he said, I'll tell you, it's easier said than done. Well, it's going to have to be easier said than done because you wouldn't fight with me in Tier 1 next year, my friend. So good luck.
And whoever finishes second, if I can fight my way to promotion yet.
I think you will, to be fair. Your consistency is there. We've got 2 more races left, and I think it is going to go down the wire, granted, but it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a really good end.
The man in 11th is fighting me for his life for P2 at the moment.
He really is, and he had a good race as well this evening, and he, well, to be fair, he's actually on stream as we speak on his outlap, done a 12.9 so far.
Which is a very good lap.
It is a good lap. I mean, I did a 13.4. I just couldn't get the pace. I have no idea why. I think he's sort of bailed on his going for a time lap. He's doing for 2 slow ones. Who is on a fast lap? Let's go on board with the Ferrari of Sam Flant, and we are going to go down the late braking about 60 metres into turn 1. 4th, 5th, uses the curves nicely through there, up to 5th, flat out through turn 3. All the way up the hill and round, let the car drift a little bit wider, keeps the narrower line, but then late braking under the bridge for turn 4 up the hill. Easy to lose the rear, but gets on the power nicely through there. Downhill, difficult braking, easy to lock up, easy to run wide through there, and easy to lose the rear, but no such problems for Sam Flant through there. Now the very, very difficult turn 7, turn 8. This is going to be tough, and then the flat out. Is he going to be flat? It certainly is. Going to lose the rear, which he did. There's a bump at the apex, and he nearly caught it, but managed to keep hold down into the new revamped turn 10. Very wide, easy again to lose the rear as he tried to apply the throttle, and then the uphill never ending. Turn 12, and then the flat out turn 13. The old circuit, you can see the previous generation on the inside, then flat out. For turn 14 as a short run to line to the 12.7 Sam Flant. Good improvement.
Very nice lap.
Yeah, good improvement on that. The track is just going to grip up now, isn't it? And we were unlucky and didn't have that benefit, but these guys definitely are.
No, they definitely are.
But Ujuni's decided he's going to do a second flying lap because I
he
just
messed
don't know
up.
why.
I was on board with him and he messed up.
But he does this. I mean, he's only got... We saw that for obviously Banker that 11.9. Ant's on a 12.1. So's Chris Bailey. The 6,000ths of a second between them, and only 600 further back is Micromash. I don't think this run for Paul... Well, I mean, he said he messed up. He's just gone a little bit quicker. Typical.
Yep.
But what's Chris doing?
Chris had a big kick.
Oh, he didn't he? At the top of the hill, easy to go. He's just getting a little bit happy with his throttle. How's he going to do with the run towards the line? The overtake's on, using every tiny bit of the battery, and a 12.1 didn't improve from Chris. Let's have a look at Ant. He is just starting his final flying lap. A little bit of traffic ahead, though. And this is where the dirty air could potentially really hamper him. They're taking a different line through turn 3. They're keeping the car tighter
Yeah.
Oh, single track tried to warm his tyres and it didn't go well. Oh, yeah, just noticed. Oh, Ant's bailed. Ant's bailed on his lap. Now, let's have a look at Reese. He's not on a lap either, but he's got the time to go again. I think he's going to. Is he going to change that? ERS, where are we going to see it go? It is. He's on the medium. He's going to go to hot lap in a second, if he remembers to. I did see a video, though, and Martin warmed his tyres up against a barrier.
Oh, Micromash had a big issue through turns 1, 2, and 3.
We're on board with the man behind him. Reese, this is very close behind, so anything can happen. Slightly down, Reese pretty much matched his first sector time. He's going to have a mighty 2 sectors now. On the overtake button, but he is on hot lap as well. You can see that at the bottom of your screens. That is such an easy corner to run very wide with, as the understeer, but manages to keep at the top of the hill as well. Let's have a look at the second sector. How has he done on this one? He is 3,000 up on his time. What can he do in the final sector? It's not enough to beat his teammate as it stands. Oh, a little bit of a twitch as well as he gets the power down on the overtake down the hill. That's brave.
12 dead for Micromash.
Oh, into second. What can Reese do? 12-3, just pips his teammate.
Ooh.
Oh, Calvin's not going to like that one. And about level in the second sector. He's got a little bit of traffic, though. Is he going to hamper him? Is this guy going to move out of the way? Or is he quick enough to not hamper him? Final corner for Ant. What can he do? Uses every bit of the track, and he does a 12-1 in third. Oh, wow. Cowboys finished there. Everybody's finished their laps. So there we go. The man of the moment, he's in the pits already, is in pole position. Micromash will start alongside him in second with Ant, alongside Chris Bailey. Then we have the 2 Red Bulls on the third row, Reese and Calvin. The new boy, Cowboy, is in 7th with G-Star. Good qualifying from him. He's in 8th. Gabby, who was very busy, had a lot of battles in Tier 2 when he reserved, so he's in 9th. Fox is in 10th. Samflon, the other Ferrari, in 11th. And Armour Red, Neville, the man formerly known as Chatty Duck, he is in 13th. Single track with 3 wheels on his wagon. He is in 14th. Loppy in 15th. LOL 16th. Then we have Dumbest Hornet, Aerovoice, Kiss, and Bit. Good evening, Madame Lacey. Thank you for joining us as always. I know you enjoy it, so thank you very much. Always a pleasure. She is a little bit biased, though, I've got to admit.
Is she?
She has to be.
You say this like I know who Joanne Lacey is.
Sorry, I do apologise. That is my better half.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, that explains a lot, yeah.
That does, yeah. Sorry
Absolute
about that.
bias.
Absolutely. She has to. Well, she designed the dark, the black and the blue, like the purple MRC X livery that I'm running at the moment.
Oh. So we have to say it's nice.
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
Cool, good to know, just in case I'm on MRCX comms.
Yeah.
So I can log on and go, what a lovely livery that is from Mark Hodgson.
That's exactly it. But we said it's going to be... Oh, sorry, Joe, we're going to move on from you to the 5-minute interval that we do have. She says thanks. So yeah, we've got someone's saying go Yano, go up me. Wrong league, but we all do like Yano up me, so that's fair enough. So Luke Claren, fair play. Yeah, we've got. I saw something the other day, and it was I got sent a video that about qualifying laps. That around some tracks, it's better. We all just put it in hot lap and use overtake and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That sometimes it's better to change it to medium because it's how much you can use over the lap. It's how much traction you're going to get as well out of some of the corners. that it's actually better to swap between the modes. And it's quite an interesting one because it's sort of right. You know, we do. Let's say Brazil was the video it was looking at, and there's a lot of traction zones through there, the low speed corners, that then really hampers that. And you spin up quite easily because you've got that extra boost from the hot lap or your overtake button. But having it in medium, you sort of don't, and you can get the traction down until the traction's there. Then you can use the boost. So it was quite an interesting video.
It's interesting that you say that because around where we are now, around Spain, I turned my hot lap off at the end of the pit straight for turns 1, 2, and 3, and I gained a 1/10.5 by having hot lap off.
Wow.
Just because, like you say, the traction is just so much easier. And I was just driving, and I was like, oh, my lap's not working, so I'll just turn it off. And I took 1, 2, and 3, and I was like, oh, hot lap back on. We're doing well here.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's how it changes the way that the car handles and the way that you get the drive out of some of the corners. I'd imagine some of the corners around here, such as the downhill of turn 5.
Yeah,
that one would be one of the points there, and like the long turn 10 under traction through 11. That might be another one where that could really help. I would say. Yeah,
absolutely.
But you found it a bit earlier.
It's so easy to spin it up, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I mean, you can catch it round here. There's a few people didn't manage to, and there's a few people had a few moments around the very bumpy turn 9, which is just never been a nice corner for me. I hate that corner.
It's a horrible corner.
It's taken me 4 years of MRC racing to understand how to actually take that corner, and still can't get it right.
I found that I don't know whether it's that I've made the switch to Fanatec, but it was just better today. It was just so much better.
I think it could be set up as well, but you're right. I mean, the feedback that you get through the Fanatec, the direct drive, is so much better, isn't it? It's so much smoother.
Yeah, absolutely. I found that with the Thrustmaster, I was very much chucking my cars through corners because that's just how the wheel responds. Whereas I found since having my Fanatec, I'm taking a much smoother approach to how I'm taking corners.
Yeah, you do, don't you? You can feel the understeer. There is a understeer enhance, I think. I can't remember if I turned that on, just because then you understand, feel a bit more when the front starts sliding and when you're under braking and things. So it might help with the no ABS, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, how it does change, and I really enjoy it. I really like it.
The other thing I found is that as the tyres start to wear, the force feedback that I'm getting from my Fanatec just very, very slightly starts to drop off.
Which it does, because it doesn't have the grip, does it? So you feel it slide.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually feel the tyres properly going off now. That's actually really, really helpful because I know I need to stop pushing.
Yeah. Yeah, you change how you brake, you change how you put the throttle down, don't you, and apply the throttle compared to what you could do on, let's say, belt-driven ones that don't necessarily have the best levels of feedback.
Yeah. Like, there were a few times where I had my small moments which I caught, and I was just thinking, I'd have absolutely spun round there on my Thrustmaster. I'd have been gone.
Yeah, I've noticed that I've done it with belt-driven and gear-driven wheels as well. I felt the same thing. As we've got the formation lap underway, let's have a quick look at the tyre swatches.
Wow! On the tyres.
Now we had a good, I say a good split. We had a decent split in Tier 2. A few people use the softs, a few on the hards. Here we've just got Dumbledore on it and Case on the hards. Everyone gone for the same strategy. That's interesting. Now we saw Bobo take the mediums. What do you say, 21, 22 laps, and then go to the softs.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see who can do something similar, or who will try the undercut and get maybe the hard tyres on, or who tries a two-stop.
Yeah, indeed, because a two-stop, I think it could work around here. If you've got the extra traction, it really will make a difference.
Yeah, who was it in T2? It was Nick in the Ferrari. He did a two-stop. He started on the softs and then took two mediums. And in the first stint, I mean, yes, I had no ERS, granted, but he just came through like an absolute steam train and disappeared off. And I think before his second stop, he was 2 places above me. And then was starting to close me down in the final stage because of the grip he had. So if you've got the space and you're sort of nailed on for a position, it could really work. And you're right, especially if we were lucky we only had 1 virtual safety car, but if you get any kind of safety cars or more virtual safety cars, it could really play in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stefan's not having... I know he's just got new internet in his new house, but it's not working very well for him this evening, Stefan. Hopefully you'll get that sorted and can join. I think that's twice now. So fingers crossed. We have got one of the more difficult camera angles. We are right at the back of the grid looking for the last corner, so I'm going to change that and we're going to go on board with the pole sitter as we've got the final card, which will be Carl. Joining the back of the grid. 33 laps in beautiful Spanish sunshine we have ahead of us, folks, and here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and Tier 1 goes racing on the up. What a start from Chris!
Oh my gosh!
Wow!
Look at Chris go!
That's the Valtteri Bottas start. He's already challenging. He's already got the lead from Ojoni. The traction that he got was absolutely incredible, and he's already taken the lead. Forced Ojoni wide. Michael Mashley's going to get interest as well. Now he's on the inside. There's still... And
he's lost 2 places on the first lap.
First 2 corners, and look at this, he's almost boxed in. We've got Reese having a look as well. There's nearly contact, not quite over. Michael Mash, but now Johnny's contact on the outside, and he's lost. Michael Mash just held on from Reese, who's now got Ant on his inside as well.
Oh my gosh, that was an intense first few corners.
That start from Chris, like... the lights went out, and then they started moving. Yeah. And Chris's just work. Chris got the reactions and the drive. That was incredible. He had to go round Micromash.
Yeah.
I'm glad we sort of looked back. That was one of the best
starts I've ever seen.
It really was. That was the one. Funny enough, I actually saw the video for the clip of this yesterday, and it was... I can't remember where it was, but it was Bottas got... It was like non-02 or something of a second, his reaction time, that people thought was a jump start. He just absolutely timed it perfectly, and that's exactly what Chris has done. He is under pressure, but nothing yet. But now DRS is activated, but he's going to have the clean air. Chris is in a great position here, but look, all this line astern down to 6. Calvin on the back of this group here. Fox has had a fantastic start as well. Gavin and Samflan. Neville's had a bad one. Stefan's hopefully trying to get hold of his car. They've lost the places, Loppy up a few as well, so they've had some really good starts there. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one. Let's have a look. There's a lot of trains. The biggest gap is the gap to Fox at the moment, and everyone else is in a big train. But you know, I've noticed that some drivers, they can trip up over each other in these situations, or they can use it to all their advantage and start to close up. Let's get rid of those position changes. We see what's happened. But now if, Cowboy... Smoky Ghost, good evening. Hello, mate. If Cowboy can get through on Fox, use the DRS and not hold the other people up, I mean, Fox could be very vulnerable to losing more than one spot. Yeah. So could Chris, funnily enough. But we're going to look at this battle for the lead because it's all line astern. Johnny's going to have a look at the inside. Is Michael Mash going to be close enough? It's not only 1 place drop, but look at that. Reese pretty much pushing Michael Mash. Johnny went very, very wide through 2. Is Chris going to have a look on the outside of 3? Not quite got the drive to do it, but he's trying to do the switch back into turn 4. Can he do it? Can he make it stick? He was on the overtake button. I think he's still on the overtake button. Wow, he is now, and guys, he's still there. He's still there. Johnny on the inside. Little looker from Chris. Is he trying to switch back? Can't. But look at that. Michael Mash is still looking. Reese is there as well. They're side by side. That's not a place to go side by side. That's not a place to look at either. Oh, that could have got very dicey.
That was very respectful racing, to be fair.
It really was. There was just enough room given, but very, very fair. Not sticking a nose in where it's sort of not wanted.
Oh, Michael Mash nearly lost it.
I wondered, I kind of were on board, unfortunately, with Chris, and I was looking backwards, then looked forwards, and it looked like Michael Mash was half out broke himself a little bit there. But but now he's got Ant for company as well, and Single Track's lost a few spots as well in the DRS train. Now is Chris going to return the favour to Johnny? Down the start-finish straight. That DRS is very, very powerful down that straight, and he does. Can he keep it together through turn 2? He does. People like to use that that red outside tarmac. Whereas, oh, look at this. This is Reese as well having a look at Johnny, championship or not. He's going to try and come through. This is the big battle for second, like we mentioned. Reese is there, Ant's there. With Saviour not in tonight, this could be huge for Chris.
Yeah, it could. He's going to want to pull as many points as he can with Saviour not here.
Yeah, he really is. And looking at that gap, he's doing a great job of it at the moment. Reese is going to really want to close in as well. Ant's going to want to close in. Jules not here. They're going to try to bridge that gap, but then Micromash can really close that gap as well to Jules for 6th in the championship. So there's a lot of space, a lot of places, a lot of points up for grabs here this evening. And wow, this is a great race so far. Fox has done well to hold off the Cowboy at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's got a more confident final sector. So the DRS isn't as effective as it needs to be against Fox.
Yeah, if you can save some of that ERS, I think the route's just going to change every lap here, to be fair.
Yes.
But yeah, if you can keep that ERS and throughout the first part of the lap or the second part, use it to your advantage there outside the last corner or down the start-finish straight for at least half of it, that you can really defend very, very well against that. But you know, I did read as well, once you get to your higher gears, it's not as effective.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
You really need a good exit and to be close on exit.
Yep, you really do. And wow, I tell you what, Reese is taking some different lines, trying to potentially put Chris off, who goes very sideways through the top of the hill, but on entry especially. And this is where now, you know, Reese is really, really looking racy. Reese is really got the grip between the bit between his teeth. And speaking a bit, he's up into 15th. The Alpines are fighting with the other Ferrari further back, with a few gaps opening up. But unfortunately, we're going to stick with this. And through all these battles, you know, Fox only dropped a couple of tenths, so he's still not a million miles away as well, as Chris is now going to do what he's done. I mean, if you have those...
Reese as well.
Wow, look at this. Look at this be a double overtake. Reese is going to look in for the lead. He's trying to go on the inside. I think there was contact, because it was late. Reese has taken the lead.
That was some insane straight line speed from Reese.
That, I think, was a little bit of battery.
Could well have been.
And when I say a little, I mean a lot. But
yeah.
Look at this, Johnny. They're just side by side once again. And I think Ant and Calvin are just sort of sitting there at this moment in time. They're still in the DRS, so they're keeping up nicely. They're not getting dropped. They can save some of their battery as well. Chris takes a wide line through, very, very wide line. That's really, really, really going to hurt him, but he's okay against Johnny just about. But there's Michael Mash on the inside, gets it all kinds of wrong.
And he lost it again.
And that's allowed Ant through. What can Calvin do? Where is he? He's there in the back. And Calvin wasn't quite close enough. But that's what these guys needed to do. Ant needed to be there. So does Calvin. Any kind of mistake like that one, that is where they can capitalise.
Yeah, absolutely.
And after that, actually, Fox is nearly a second now. He's closed half a second this lap. But this is now the interesting bit. Now, who's going to try to pull away? Are they going to continue battling? Are they just going to... Well, we've seen it before in T1. They just settle after a while, don't they? The gaps just sit where they are. And Fox found exactly what I found, unfortunately. Throughout the lap, while everybody's fighting and reacting to each other, he can close up quite a few tenths that he has done now. Wow, he's closed up quite a lot in that first sector. But under the DRS, because of the DRS train, you drop about 3 or 4 tenths easily without doing anything. And I found that in the race as well. Just there's nothing I could do, and I was battling, trying to catch Bergen towards the end of our race on my strategy and trying to recover something, and just didn't. Reese got very sideways, came back across the track with the rear, and I think he may have made contact with Chris. I think Chris tried to get through. He nearly nearly managed it. Reese got all sorts of sideways, putting the power down outside of turn 10. We mentioned in qualifying, that is a really tricky place and so easy to do as well there.
And Chris Bailey is going to take it back. Is Ugoni going to be close enough? Yes, he is. Look at the speed of Ugoni.
Oh, Jody's gone. Is he trying on the outside of Chris? He's not quite close enough. The overspeed of Chris was enough to keep him ahead, but that's it. The power of the DRS and a little bit of battery conservation, and there you have it. You go from first to third.
And also, Chris Bailey was very clever. He made the move, and he just held his line. Ugoni couldn't pull to the left because of Reese, and Chris just held his line on the right, so Ugoni had nowhere to go.
Yeah. Oh, Reese!
Oh, no!
Lost it on the entrance to 5, and he's come out just with his teammate. He ghosted, and I think Michael Mash had gone through. Calvin can't get through. Calvin, that's twice, unfortunately, couldn't make the move through, and that's going to be hard work for Calvin, but he's still in the right place. He's still doing what he needs to do, and Fox still just outside that second. He needs to close that a little bit more because he'll have the dirty air, but he just needs to close that a little bit more because he's got the Cowboy and G-Star for close company. Sam Flan, single track's got the few places back now. He's in 11th. Outside of DRS from everybody further back after they've been fighting and battling. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that because this battle, I think we've got another 24 laps.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Oh, Stefan, yeah, he can't. He's just disconnecting all the time. Really sorry, mate. Hopefully he'll get that fixed because we also want you back in the comms team, my friend, so fingers crossed you get it all fixed.
Cowboy got the move on Fox.
Oh, he did, yeah. Good spot.
But Fox got a really good run out of 2, but I can't get anything done there.
Yeah, we're seeing a few on the exit of turn 3, not this time round. But Fox has been using a lot of his battery. We've decided to go on. I just thought, I'll have a quick look. He uses a lot of battery, whereas the Cowboy just didn't need to when you're in the DRS. But it's going to be interesting to see what pace he's got now, and if he can drag Fox and G-Star up to the back of this pack, as Ujoni's now taken the lead once again. Stefan, I mean, you could try it to retire the car if you wanted to. It's going to be ghosted, I do believe. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, you are ghosted, so it's okay. It's not in the way. People will come to it, pardon me, at some point, but they'll know it's a big X on it. It's up to you, my friend. It's up to you. What happened to Gabby, the other Alpine? He's nearly lapped.
Thinking, for someone who had a really good quali, he's had a not great start to the race, unfortunately.
No, I don't know if he's been spun round because they are the leaders coming up behind him as Chris now retakes the lead. Micromash very late on the brakes, nearly touched the back of the McLaren ahead of him. Just about got it stopped. But Fox has now got past Cowboy again, but they've dropped to 2.5 seconds now. They've dropped a good second that last lap. Just with the battles they're having now, I wonder if Fox... Whoa! On board with Ant! He got all sorts of... Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wow.
Oh, Micromash is right there. Surely he's not going to send it into the chicane. Oh, he is!
And I think
really wide. And
touched the... Yeah, I think Ant touched the grass under braking, or sort of had that half on board with him. And I think he touched the grass. He had that half spin under brakes down the hill, and then... Yeah, touched the grass into that, and he just couldn't slow the car down and get it turned. So yeah, that's really, really cost him. And wow, this who knows where the next move's going. Calvin's still just doing the right thing. He's just sitting there, just with them, and doing all he needs to do at the minute, which is great to see. Gabby, okay, randomly just sets a fast lap of the race. Good lad. Yeah, good to see. Evening Monster, good point today, my friend. Well done. Cool head kept in very difficult situation. A lot of battles, so well done. Cowboy and Fox battling again. This is just going to keep costing them time.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
But yeah, this is the battle. Now we've got Neville and Floppy Loppy in 14th, 15th there, having a good little ding-dong as well. Pace a little off. To be fair, mate, it's one of those. This is one of those tracks that it's so technical. You think it's a fast circuit, but I mean it is. But it is so technical to get the right lines. The setup is so peaky. Is the best term I can think of, because it can, one click of suspension, one click of the anti-roll bar really changes the whole handling dynamic of the car if you're going to have traction, if you're going to be able to get the car rotated. It's so difficult. And I think we're going to see a few more.
We might be about to see Bailey lose 2 places for 1, maybe.
It could do. Let's ride on board backwards. There's Ujoni. Chris is just holding his line, but actually Michael Mash is quite a way back there. So I wonder if he was just saving some of his battery.
I think he might have been, yeah.
And just using what he needed to do, unless he didn't get the best run out of the last corner, because we've said earlier, that is so key. There is a bump in the middle of it, and sort of just as it starts, just before, at the start of the apex, and if you get the line a little bit wrong, it can really hurt. Ant is all over the back of Reese. We could see in the background there, down the hill. That's dangerous because they both of them have lost the rear into that corner at one point this race so far. That's not the best thing to do. Oh, Michael Mash takes a different line, and we said to Chris we're not going to have him on stream, but we kind of can't help it.
No, I know, it's unfortunate. I think he's doing so well purely to spite us.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That must be it, because he's not like that too much.
No, absolutely not. I mean, what?
No, exactly. Gabby sets another fast lap, so he's kind of doing a good job of actually pulling away from the leaders at the moment. So that's really good to see. Armour and Singletrack having another ding. I think Singletrack's made a mistake somewhere. Has he recovered? He may have done. I think he may have got twitchy at the top of the hill because he had a good gap as well.
Resends on Micromash.
Yeah, I missed that one.
They're still 2 wide through 3. VSC, who came out ahead? Micromash came out ahead.
Yeah, I think it was, and he nearly got O'Jonians. Now, what was that for? I'm gonna have to look further down. Gabby's fine. That's the. Oh, there it's. Yeah.
It's who?
It is Chris. I was waiting for you to find out.
Chris?
It is your brother, Chris, fully enough. I was waiting for you to... Quite a lot of damage to that front wing. So he's definitely...
Oh, shocking. I'm sorry, what? Oh, yeah, he's done a good job with that front wing.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah,
that is impressive.
He's done well for it to stay on. Or that much to stay on, so he's done quite well. So he's going to have to pit, but everyone was so far down the track. I wonder if anybody... This is lap 13. The medium tyres are starting to go off about now. Some people can take them a bit longer. But who's pitting? The leaders are pitting. Chris, Ujoni, Micromash, Reese, and stayed out, which is not surprising. Calvin, even if he wanted to pit, couldn't because he would be double stacked. Calvin's got to drive through. No, Calvin! Oh, no!
That's gutted.
Right as it went to green. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, that is absolutely guttering. And my G-Star got the jump on the Cowboy, on Mahmoudev, and Fox has got through as well. Oh, Calvin. But to be fair,
so gutting.
He can still do something from there. He can still get some good points from that.
Yeah.
He's got the pace. We've seen it. He was sitting there just quite happily. And behind this leading, the big group of 6. So he's got a chance. So Joni's come out. Oh, Chris has come out behind Carl.
Ooh,
that's an interesting one. Let's have a look at those tyres. Did they all choose the hards? They have all chosen the hard tyres. So the proverbial one-stop, wow, as all 3 of Fox, G-Star and Mahmoudev have just decided they're going to make up their own turn 9. But Calvin's tyres now really starting to drop, I think. He's dropped quite a bit of time to Ant, who has now pitted the lap later. Calvin, I don't know if he'll do his drive-through first or his pit stop. I'm not 100%. We'll wait and see. Fingers crossed for Calvin, because that is just gutting. G-Star's trying to pit, maybe to get the undercut on Fox and Mahmoudev. That's going to be an interesting one to keep our eye on as well. Armour's pitted as well. Single track decided to stay out.
Fox River 8's got a nosebleed in P1 in Tier 1.
Let's see what he can do. So Carl pitted as well. That's released.
Calvin has come out right between Ugoni and Chris. Obviously, he's got to pit again.
He does, yeah. So this is actually he did his drive through. So unfortunately he's going to be about 20 odd seconds behind this pack, so he's going to come out probably behind Bit. But a lot fresher tyres. Says, what's up there? That was Reese. That's a Reese as well on Johnny. Behind his teammate. I don't think Reese... Well, actually, no. Reese will see he's on mediums. But, oh, look at this side-by-side action. Just about left the room. Johnny on Reese. Oh, Calvin!
Oh, Calvin's gone!
Those tyres are screaming now. What can Single Track do? He's sort of on his own a little bit.
Yeah.
But that is what Chris needed. He unfortunately didn't manage to gain too much away from us. Now Fox has pitted. Man would have kept on going, which is interesting.
Maybe he's trying to do a little Burbo strategy here.
That's going to be interesting to see if anyone does try that.
Well, he's really the only one left who can try it now.
Yeah, he can. Kers is still out there on the hard tyres, but I mean he's done 14 laps. They'll keep going for another 5 laps or so, really, before they start feeling a little bit poor. But Chris has now been passed by Majority, so battle resumed. Unfortunately, without Calvin, he's in the pits. He's come out around Single Track. Actually, is Carl going to get him? It does, unfortunately. So Calvin's got a long way to come back. Loppy hasn't pitted either, so Loppy's going to be one he needs to get through very quickly. But yeah, gutting for Calvin.
Oh yeah, 100%. He was having such a great race.
Yeah, he really was. Fingers crossed he could still resurrect something from that potential outsider for some points, see what his pace is like. And he's got 1.2 seconds to Loppy, who I'm sure he'll close down very, very quickly. Loppy's on the back of Carl as well. Single Track through that had dropped off the back of Armour, and pitting that lap later, he's kept his tyres okay, and he's a lot closer than he was now. So that's going to be an interesting battle for 10th. Behind Kesa Soze as well. G-Star resurrecting that fight with Fox River, who's dropped a long way. But didn't pit when the virtual safety car came out, but dropped a long way further back.
You only lost 2 places?
Yeah, but look at Ant. He was really, really struggling into turn 1, trying to get the thing turned. Couldn't. He's now got Michael Mash on the inside. So close. Wheel-to-wheel action. Michael Mash still got the inside into turn 4. Ant's not giving this one up. He's round the outside. Where is he? There he is. But now he's had to give it up. I don't know who else parked it in the pit, so he did manage to join. That's unlucky for you, my friend. Hopefully you'll get the internet sorted and you can join us, especially back in the commentary box as well next week. But I was sort of doing these, when there's a couple of little battles, you like to have a look and see what the championship's doing at this point, but there's just absolutely no point.
No.
It's going to change within 5 corners' time.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be something to think about lap 31.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Cowboy has stopped.
So he was 10 seconds, 10.2, wasn't it, to Chris, so... He's going to come out. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where he's going to come out in relation to Fox and G-Star. That was the battle earlier on. We're going to cut across to him in the pits, leave him there.
Looks like he's going to lose out big time to Fox here.
But the grip that those two had is going to really help. But now he's going to have 2 or 3 laps difference. Will it make the difference at the end? Potentially.
I didn't find the hards dropped off that much, to be honest.
No, I didn't really. I kept them going for a while. They just started to lose feeling, I found.
Yeah.
So I just thought it's time to pit and put them in. I tried to take them as long as I could and see what I could do, and I managed sort of what a case of Soze has done so far. And then the mediums feel very, very good.
Yes.
But yeah, Mahmood's only 1.2 off the back of those, so... He'll probably catch that back
but
again.
not by that much.
No, he hasn't. So he's had a really good few in-laps there. Let's get rid of those tyres because we see where they are now. No one's got any penalties at the moment, which is great to see.
Reese has had a cracking final sector, and I think got DRS from the lapped car. That is going to be huge for him.
Wow. That's going to hurt Chris. He's going to be gutted to see that.
Yeah.
I think that's the first lap now that nobody's passed each other.
I think it is, yeah.
It's taken us 19 laps.
Reese is suddenly looking very, very racy on those hard tyres.
Yeah, he certainly is, isn't he? And we said that, well, you said it, you saw it early on that, but I mean, he locked the rear a couple of times, but that, unless he's managed to change his bias a little bit now to make a bit further forward to minimise that, but yeah, he does, doesn't he? And it's interesting that we talk of who Jonian is. I've lost count how many championships the man has. 6 maybe?
Yep.
7?
I think
something along those lines. But yes, okay, he has won a lot of races this season, granted. I mean, Imola was the standout because I just forgot he was there and focused on everybody battling behind.
Yeah.
But these are races that we've shown, yes, his qualifying has been great, but the rest of the drivers behind have started to close the gap in qualifying. As they're both Reese and Funny for Johnny swap fastest laps. Gabby, it's not gone well for you, mate. He's DNF'd. He is a lap down. He's DNF'd in the pit lane. Unlucky, my friend. Chris took a different line, a wide line through turn 2 there, whereas Johnny decides he likes to take the curb quite a bit more. And that curb on previous generations used to just spin you around.
It did. It was a horrible thing to even consider touching.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And if you sort of kissed that curb, it was just rancid. Absolutely rancid.
Yeah.
But going back to Johnny, yes, he's qualified on pole. Yes, he's won the majority of the races this season, barring about 3. But he's not had it all his own way.
No.
I mean, we know how clever he is when it comes to racecraft. And he's getting a new wheel, he's getting a new setup, and now he's getting time to practice, which is very scary.
Yes.
And he's still a teenager.
Absolutely.
Also very scary that he's not. I don't even think he's 20 yet. He might have just turned 20.
I think he's 19.
Yeah, that's just scary. How good this kid is. And it's one that. But like I said, these tier 1 guys, they're cottoning on. They're chasing him down. They are getting a lot closer. Look at this race. Look at some of the others as well. He's not, apart from Imola, he's not winning by your 10-second margins. Chris is going to have a look late on Reese. Can he get the move stuck? He's going to make it. He does. Reese is trying to switch back through 2. He's going to try the outside of turn 3. This is not over yet. Reese, couldn't quite. Chris took the inside line, but Reese tried to get a little bit of a drag through and couldn't quite get it done. So, but yeah, this is it. So this is Joni. Wow! I saw that Ferrari big twitch under braking, and this is where now I love to see this that they're really starting to fight Joni that much more, and how the races aren't necessarily going. Well, I haven't got a clue who's going to win this. It could be any of the top 5 at this moment in time.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
You don't know who's going to come surging through the field.
100%.
A safety car would... I'm sorry, I've said it once. I'm not going to say it twice more. Well, I might do. That could just... who's got fresh mediums from this point? Mediums would be the optimal tyre. Chris, we know, does a lap in qualifying on them. I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah.
But they'll be all right for Chris to use them. He'll have a fresh set of softs, though. Reese is having a late move on Chris. Can he get the car stopped in time? He's gone wide. This is going to allow the switch back again from Chris. Does he? Can't. Wow, Reese got great traction throughout turn 2. And that's just kept Chris behind Joni and Micromash as well. I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm not even commenting on it anymore because I give in. Calvin is coming back through the field. He was out in about 14th, 15th at one point. He's now up to 12th. So he is absolutely flying along now. The boss man is next target, who's dropped off the back of Armour, who's, speaking of which, I think he's just had a moment as Armour. He has, through turn 3, easy to lose there through there, so he's now dropped a few more places, quite a lot of places, I think.
And he got a 10-second penalty for letting people through. That's unfortunate. I'm sure he can get that off with stewards.
Yeah, he should do. He really should do. I'm not sure why that happened. He was way off track there. It was for track limit, so maybe he's off the track for too long. But there is a safety car. What happened?
You said it. You jinxed it.
I know. Reese has stayed out.
Reese. Reese has stayed out.
And he's going to catch the safety car. The safety car's already in the first corner.
That's interesting. Fox goes in. Mahmood stays out.
Wow, don't go anywhere, folks. All 15 of you, hit the like button if you're loving this racing. It is medium tyres. For the chasing pack, Sam Flan, it was Sam Flan's retired. Where did he go? Oh, Sam Flan. Oh, no, that's not good. Sam Flan went too hot into the pit lane and hit the wall.
Oh, no.
That's guttering. Calvin's back up to 10th and he's pitting. Soze, wow. Soze stayed and done the hard. This is perfect for Soze.
Yeah, that's worked out an absolute dream.
It has held up slightly from his teammate. Ooh, Fox is soft. Micromash softs. Single track softs. Armour red, another 10 second. Armour, what on earth are you doing? He's going to serve one of those in the pits, but that's guttering for him. But oh, there were soft tyres. Oh, they're going to be quick at the start. We saw Nick at the start of the Tier 2 race flying on them.
But also, as we've seen from Bobo in Tier 2, you can get softs to the end from here.
Yeah. That's true. That is actually very true. And this allows Fox to be up with the pack as well. So, and single track.
Yeah, because Fox, although he was dropping off from Ant, he was actually pulling away from G-Star. So based on his pace, he's not in too much trouble right now.
No, definitely not. And these laps under the safety car, the mediums aren't great to warm up, as the Aston Martin, I'm presuming it's your brother, it is, unfortunately, he had lost another front wing.
Oh,
you must have saved them. You must have saved them for him. That is guttering, because he's had a lot of good races and a lot of bad luck as well.
The issue with my brother is, he's retired, unfortunately, because he was lapped, so that's understandable, and he was on his third front wing. The issue with him is he's very unfortunate that with his work schedule, he just doesn't have time to practice as much as he would like.
It does really,
so I know
really hurt you, doesn't it?
For a fact, today he did his first lap at Spain at about 6 o'clock.
Wow.
So it's not that he doesn't have the pace, because I've raced with him a lot. He's a very, very quick driver. He just doesn't have the time to dedicate, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is really hard, isn't it? When it seems to go that way with life. It would be nice if we just didn't have to. Oh, Mr. Hardy, the one-arm bandit, as he's called himself. I mean, that bottle bounced back, I think, and hit him square in the shoulder. I mean, you can still commentate, you can still use your voice, mate, so you're not getting out of duties that easily. So, you've had your sympathy. Oh, Diddums. There you go.
Oh, poor Connor. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Oh, no. Anyway.
I use that gif way too much these days.
It is a good one, though, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
It was one of Andrew's favourites as well, in fairness. It was one of his favourite ones.
Like you earlier tonight. Oh, no, my podium run has come to an end. Oh, no. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
What a shame that you can't have your 82nd podium in a row. Anyway.
Yeah, I do actually have a tracker, and I've missed a few seasons, I'm not going to lie, but they were my Tier 1 seasons, so they can stay gone. After finishing 3 races in
very
Tier 1.
late call.
Really, really was, as Lopez just got to the back of the pack. That's going to be an interesting one. Then does Reese decide to go, because those tyres are not going to be warm. Pardon me.
No.
In any way, shape or form, but he's gone. He's gone. He caught Mahmood napping a little bit. Did Chris get caught napping? He's not, but I'll tell you who did. Who Johnny got caught. He's going to have Michael Mack, but here's Chris. He's going to use his battery. He's using as much as he can into turn 1. Not close enough on Mahmood. Not quite. Michael Mash has got through on Joni. He's done his favourite move round the outside of turn 1 and 2. So those softs now. And Michael Mash has taken the place from Joni. Fox is looking very, very interested on the inside of Joni. There he is. Can he make the move stick? There goes Fox. Go on, Jake. What a move from the Aston man. Great move. Look at this as well. Chris has got through on Mahmood. And the other has got through as well. I can't do this. I can't cope.
Fox is so pushing Mahmood through the chicane.
Those tyres are not going to be warm on the hard compound. Chris is going to be pushing and pushing. Look at Fox on the inside under brakes, and he get the thing stopped and turned. Of course he can. What a move that is from Fox. Oh, Jody's trying to come through as well, and he does. He gets the move done. Wow, this is fantastic from Fox. Well, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Let's move on because I want it to happen. Micromash, he's going to be pushing Chris, who's pushing Reese. DRS now activated. Chris is in the slipstream. He's trying to save some of his battery as much as he possibly can, knowing that he's got the tyre advantage. He's got the grip, but he also knows Micromash and Fox have got the soft tyres on behind him. He will know that is where the pressure is going to come from. He needs to clear Reese as quickly as possible and get any type of gap that he can, because look at the two behind, and don't forget the man in the red car. That is Ujoni. He's there as well with Ant, with G-Star. Calvin back into the points in 8th. Great recovery. Told you he could do it, and he is. Single track in 10th. He's got Mahmood next. Oh, this is all... who knows what's going to happen now? Oh, Reese goes wide at the bottom of the hill.
Reese is having to push so hard on those hard tyres, and they're just not warm.
They're getting there. You can see they're just about there. But now it comes down to the overall grip of the guys behind him and the tyres, and can they make them last? Just the feel of them. Very, very wide through turn 12 there, and he goes very wide again. Look at this. That's nose to tail. And Connor has said they're all up each other's chuff. Fox right on the back of Micromash. He got a better run, had to back out of it. And now through on Ujoni. Chris is through on Reese with the DRS. This is going to be crazy in turn 1. We got Micromash as well. Is he going to try the outside and do the 2-in-1? He is, and Micromash has.
On Fox.
Oh, he has. Johnny sent it on Fox, and we're looking up at the front, and Micromash getting 2 places.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Micromash glitched a little bit there. He was right there, and then suddenly wasn't. That was a strange one. Jumped halfway down the road. Getting 2/10 by a jump. I mean, that's an interesting one. I thought that was only on Mario Kart.
Yeah, no, unfortunately we cannot penalise you for using your boost.
Throwing the mushrooms.
Yeah.
But look at this. Everybody line astern at the moment. Oh, this could go any which way, but Micromash now, those soft tyres still working really, really well. This is one of the biggest gaps we've seen at the lead this race, and it's nearly a second. Chris is going to have the DRS. Look at Ujoni on the back of Reese.
Literally pushing him along.
Well, anything can happen here, folks. It usually does, and it is going to happen. Wow, this is huge for championship movers and shakers as well. Micromash in 7th. This is going to be a big points haul for him if he can keep it on track. Huge for Chris, huge for Reese as well in his battle to close down Xavier, and huge for Chris to get ahead of Xavier and pull that gap as well. Fox is going to have a great jump as well, so it's all movers and shakers here, folks. Don't go anywhere. Anything's going to happen in the next 5 racing laps. But Micromash hasn't quite got that second. It's getting there, but Chris holding on nicely and doing what he needs to do at this moment in time.
Big lock-up from Micromash. Chris runs a bit deep.
Oh, let's have a look. He
and he
got away with it.
It's going to be so close.
I think he's got it. He does. DRS activated just about, but look at Ujoni underneath the rear wing of Reese. Reese needs to leave space. He'd already made his move. Reese has to stay there. He can't move across too much. Ujoni tried around the outside. Turn 1, turn 2. Gets the move done.
What a move from Ugoni.
Ant's got through on Fox as well. Come on, Fox, keep it going. But this is it now. 6 laps on the softs. Yes, you said, and you mentioned it, because Bobo got them. He got the tyres to go towards the end. I don't think they'll start feeling great right now.
No, you're probably going to get graining around lap 31, maybe 30.
Yeah, I think you're right, and this is where the mediums are going to feel better. I think they're a more consistent tyre. Saying that, I mean, Ujoni's shown it. He's close right on the back of Chris now. He's just that little bit closer to the Visa Cash App MasterCard mortgage car.
Yeah.
Then Chris is to Micromash at this moment in time. Still does have the DRS, but because of the slipstream effect, Johnny that ever bit closer is going to benefit more. Reese still holding on for fourth with Ant and Fox in close company. Mahmood stayed out. He's currently in eighth, but he's got Calvin on the comeback trail for company. That's going to be an interesting one. I think Calvin, you can see in the background, it's pulled out and he gets the move done under the DRS, but we can't quite leave this battle. And we mentioned, you know, I mentioned earlier about the DRS of how much it can help. Well, Chris gained 0.5 of a second down that straight.
Yeah. And Micromash seems much less confident on his softs now.
Yep, he does, doesn't he? That's what I mentioned, that they are going to hurt. Reese is just hovering at that 1 second. This could really, really hurt Reese. And even Fox are going to smell blood, especially if they say, oh, as he goes very sideways. Indeed. But he hasn't got the DRS.
If Fox can get a good exit, Reese could lose 2 positions here.
He can, and there's still some time to go, though. But once Ant passes him, if he can't bridge the gap, then Ant's just going to pull Reese along and hamper Fox. But here we go, once more, take 30. With Chris, Ujoni, Micromash down the start-finish straight. There's a beautiful helicopter cam from behind. Chris is pulled out, and he has got the move done. Is Ujoni going to have a look as well on the inside? He thought about it, backed out wisely. But now Chris takes the lead, and you're right, Micromash is not really enjoying those softs now, is it? They're starting to go off a little bit. And has got past on Reese. So now it's Fox. What can he do? Has he saved any life on those soft tyres? Can he close up? Is he going to have enough grip over the hards of Reese? Decided not to pit, of course, under the safety car, and well, it's dropped him down to 5th so far.
He's holding on to the back of Ant quite nicely, though.
Yeah, and Ant's back into that DRS as well.
Oh, say that! He nearly lost it.
Wow, I didn't have the right camera angle, so you saw better than I did.
He is getting very twitchy, Mr. Reese Whitcomb.
He is, but tell you what, Micromash hasn't been dropped by Chris. This could hurt Chris absolutely massively. With 2 more laps to go, but he got a good drive out the final corner. Is it going to be enough to defend? Here comes Micromash, here comes the Haas. Then we've got the Ferrari of Ujoni. Is he going to be close enough? Chris has used a lot of his battery. It's flashing all the way down the straight, but no, he didn't quite lose it. Ujoni's kept a lot of his battery. This is where we say about how smart he is.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a last lap push from the Italian stallion? But now we've got, again, 6 drivers, all within a second. There they all are. Oh, this is going to be a tasty lap and a half.
Chris Bailey's in a perfect position because he's getting the ultimate overtaking position at the start of the last lap. He just needs a good exit out of the final corner.
He does, and he needs to keep that gap down through this last sector because he doesn't want Ujoni to try to make the move down at the bottom into turn 10, and Ujoni does. That's what Chris did not need.
That was an insanely good move from Ugoni.
It really was. I thought he was going to just sit there nice and wait for this opportunity, but we know he doesn't do that. But here we go, on board with Ujoni. Last lap, using every little bit more of his battery. The Micromash is flashing. Micromash has got no battery. There goes Ujoni. Where's Chris? There's Chris in the background. Is he going to try it? He's not quite close enough, but he's got Ant. We know what happened in Canada last time out as well. Man, me, a little bit no love lost there. Fox just dropped off the back of Reese. This is Michael. There's Chris having a look at the inside. Is he going to be close enough? He's not quite. Chris trying every which way as Ujoni just saved it to the last lap. What? Ooh,
tell you what, Ugoni's doing Chris a big favour here. Micromash is almost out of DRS range.
Nearly, but he's going to have it. I think out of turn 9, he was in it. He was within the second. What can Chris do? He's got the wing open. Has he got enough in the tank? What is Ant going to do? Is Ant going to try and force his way through? Has Micromash got the grip? He looked a bit shaky. Chris has tried a different line through 11. I don't think Chris is going to be close enough, unfortunately. That's heartbreaking for Chris because the Italian Stallion, what a race this has been.
Oh my
and he
gosh.
is now going to take the victory once again. Micromash held on for second, Chris in third and in fourth. Reese very well held on for fifth. Fox, fantastic result in sixth. G-Star in seventh. Calvin, great battle back to eighth. Mahmood held on for ninth. Neville in 10th, great result. Kesa Souza, he is in 11th. Then Carl, good result for him in 12th, starting from the back. Lopi 13th, single track 14th. Armour with a Spanish Inquisition of penalties in 15th. And Error Voice will cross the line last but not least in 16th. Wow.
My God, what a race.
That was crazy.
Wasn't it?
Wow. I mean, that does a lot
I'm
for
speechless.
championship. I am a little bit as well. Yeah, it's already popped up in Discord. Risa said, Chris, you've jumped the start by about a second.
Yeah.
I mean, that start was absolutely incredible.
That was one of the best starts I've ever seen. Oh my gosh.
That was just, the reaction time was just superb. Wow, I mean, congratulations to all of the drivers in those battles. That was just incredible. Joni takes the win again. Micromash held on for second. Great job from Chris as well. I think probably desperately unlucky. I think really in the grand scheme of it to not take the win there. But now we've got the hardest job. Who the heck can you pick for driver of the day? I don't know.
I kind of have two nominations.
Okay.
One is Chris Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Just for that disgusting pull away from the line. And the other is Fox River 8, who's had a great little race, 10th up to 6th. And that restart out of the safety car was just unbelievable.
I kind of second that, yeah. I mean, Micromash held on well at the end. I've got to mention Calvin after the moment he had and that really unfortunate drive-through right as the virtual safety car ended. So really unlucky and a great comeback from him. But I'm gonna sort of edge towards Fox as well, actually, because we mentioned earlier, he had a good qualifying, then it didn't end great for him. He just wasn't able to improve enough while everyone did around him. But then, just kept his nose clean. The battles he had with G-Star and Mahmoud were just fantastic. And, I think I'm going to lean towards to Fox, to be honest,
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, just about. I mean, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, that was so intense.
That was incredible, and if you liked the action there, folks, we've got Tier 3 and Extreme to come on Wednesday evening. So that starts from 7 o'clock, so don't go anywhere. Remember where the timings are. Remember that one, folks. And then, of course, we've up the Red Bull Ring in Austria for the penultimate round of MRCX on Friday evening. We're going to go and take a lie down.
Yes.
And a stiff drink probably to go with. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for getting involved in the YouTube as always. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment as well. Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure as always, my friend. What a great one that was.
It's been a pleasure. That was a great race to watch.
It really was. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody. And we will see you on Wednesday evening. Good night.